You're tuned in to Travel Pro TV, sponsored by World Travel Inc. and their preferred suppliers. Host Connie Wallace and guests discuss everything travel from local to global. Now, here's Connie and today's guest.
Welcome to Travel Pro TV. I'm your host, Connie Wallace, and my guest today is Kellyanne Mills from Azamara Cruises. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming back because this is your second episode. But boy, do we have something to talk about.
We do.
So, with the holidays coming, everyone knows when the best time of year is to get the best deals. And do you ever have a deal? So, this show is airing on Sunday, November 30th, but that means that people can still take advantage of Azamara's Black Friday sale, and it is a great one.
You know, Black Friday has really become a holiday in itself. I really feel like with all of us shopping, we
all wait.
Absolutely love it. And
yes.
We know that, you know, travel is no different, right? So we wanted to make sure that when shopping and, you know, going through Black Friday offers, we want to make sure that ours is phenomenal. So we have a huge opportunity for everyone to save quite a bit of value and money coming with us on Azamara, booking this on Black Friday.
It is unbelievable. You know, everyone has a Black Friday sale, it seems, and people, including myself, wait until Black Friday. But since Black Friday just passed, when this show is airing, you didn't miss anything because you still have a couple of days.
Absolutely.
You have until December 2nd.
Absolutely.
And let's tell everyone what that means.
It means that you can save up to $4,000 off the cost of a cruise, in addition to onboard credits and all kinds of booking benefits going all over the globe. We have tons of destinations that we're including in this year's Black Friday offer because we know everybody wants to travel somewhere different. And for those that have already been on Azamara, you might want to try the next destination. You might want to go to the next place you haven't been. So we are very excited. And
you heard that right. It's up to $4,000 off the cost of your cruise, plus an onboard credit of up to $500 per passenger. And of course, you don't want to go directly online to Azamara Cruises because you won't get all the amenities. You want to be able to book your cruise directly through World Travel Inc., who is our title sponsor, who is a preferred supplier. Well, actually, Azamara is a preferred supplier of World Travel Inc. So you'll get all of these things: savings up to $4,000 off the cruise fare, onboard credit up to $500 per passenger, and the booking window is from November 18th through December 2nd. So you'll still have time. There's still going to be plenty of inventory because there are so many different destinations. But I also should mention that the travel window, obviously it doesn't mean that you have to travel by December 2nd, but the travel window is for select sailings departing from November 29th through, that's 2025 of course, through August 27th, 2026. So plenty of time.
Such a nice stretch. And we really wanted to make sure everyone, whether you're traveling last minute or whether you're pre-planning for 2026, you still have the opportunity to get into the deal. So it's a fabulous opportunity. And all over the world too. So whether you absolutely love the Caribbean or whether you want to head to Europe even for, you know, a quick, you know, 9-10 day sailing, you can take advantage of the offer.
So the travel window is all the way through the end of the summer in 2026, and just some of the destinations include, for December 2025, the Caribbean. Who doesn't want to go to the Caribbean in December? I do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so nice. You can just relax, catch up, you know, give yourself a nice reward for the holidays. And when you're doing this on Black Friday, you can gift it and go. So it is so nice of an opportunity.
Right. That's right. So yeah, let's talk about that for a minute. So then we'll go back to the different destinations and different itineraries. But holiday gifting, you know, my husband said to me the other day, what do you want for Christmas? And I asked him the same question, and neither of us can think of anything because we don't need anything. If we need anything, we'll buy it ourselves. What I want, and what mostly everyone wants, even if they don't realize it yet, is an experience and memories. And nothing does that like travel. So the perfect gift for the holidays, give your loved one a wonderful cruise that, of course, you get to go on too, and
Yes.
memories.
Just the experiences that you're going to have, the authentic experiences coming on something like an Azamara cruise, you're going to come home with memories that you're going to treasure. But in addition to that, it's going to be something you can look forward to and kind of make a tradition where maybe during the holiday season you pick out your cruise for the following year, and you can go based on what you know you love. You know, 1 year it might be, we really need to relax this year, let's book this and go. And another year it's, let's go sightseeing, let's go out and let's have those extended destination days, and let's go out and have all that time in port to go visiting. So, you know, every year it could change destination wise, but you know, having that
Absolutely.
travel experience is
And
phenomenal.
we personally, my husband and I, try to do that. We try to do 2 vacations a year at least, but one is a totally relaxing vacation where your biggest decision every day is beach or pool, pina colada or mudslide, and then the next vacation is a sightseeing touring vacation. But you do always have to keep those days in between free so that you can relax and recuperate and really enjoy all the sightseeing. But a cruise is a wonderful gift. I've done it many times for my husband as a surprise, for my parents for an anniversary. It's something that you really never forget. So let's go back to the destinations, because we talked a little
Absolutely.
bit about the Caribbean, but also in March 2026, there's Japan. So tell our viewers about those
Japan
itineraries.
is such a wonderful destination. We have a really stellar opportunity also because you get overnights. So you can overnight in Tokyo, you can overnight in Kobe, you can get the
Wow.
bullet train to Kyoto done. So many opportunities to see and not very much time at sea. So you do have to schedule your own downtime in a trip
Yes,
like
yes.
Japan, but you're going to come around the entire island and you feel like you've seen the whole country. And it's a gorgeous itinerary. It's been getting more and more popular. We hear about Japan constantly at every event we attend. You know, people are asking. So, and it's a nice way to have that not packing and repacking, going out and doing your touring, whether it's 10 hours or 12 hours a day. You can come back and still come in and out. You know, it's kind of your floating tour guide, as I call it. So it's a really good opportunity with so many immersive experiences in Japan.
And as you mentioned, there's no packing and unpacking, but I want to add to that a little bit, because when you're going to a destination like Japan, you're not familiar with the culture, you don't speak the language. It is so much more comfortable and easier for you if you are on a cruise. It really is.
Our guests do
Yeah.
feel that, and they understand that, you know, there may be a day where they might be taking a free shuttle into town and doing shopping, or they may be going out and doing sightseeing outside of town, and having the cruise line to take care of a lot of those things for you is just makes the ease.
Sure. Yeah, of course. There's a lot of other destinations, but we have to take a quick break, so we'll be right back with Azamara Cruises.
Back to Travel Pro TV with your host, Connie Wallace, and today's guest. Travel Pro TV is proudly sponsored by World Travel Inc. and their preferred suppliers. Now, here's Connie.
Welcome back to Travel Pro TV. Today we are talking about Azamara Cruises with Kellyanne Mills, and specifically about their incredible Black Friday sale, which you can still take advantage of. But keep in mind that you want to always book it directly through World Travel Inc., because you don't want to miss out on any extra amenities that you'll get. And since World Travel Inc. is a virtuoso agency, you will be eligible to get additional onboard credits and maybe some other nice things. So, Kelly, let's go back to the destinations.
Absolutely.
We talked a little bit about the Caribbean, and we talked about Japan and how fascinating that is. Let's talk about Italy. And I understand that you just did this with your daughters and your mom.
Yes.
So there we go with a multi-gen trip, too.
Yes, it was fabulous. You know, it's so nice when you're on a trip where there's something for everyone. So with such time in port, we were able to go out in the morning. My mom was out with us. We came back in the afternoon. Everyone enjoyed lunch. And, you know, my mom and my niece and my daughters would pick and choose if they wanted to relax on board. And then we could go back out into town and do more. So everyone got a chance to see everything they wanted to see. With all the dining options, everybody was happy and everybody was just super comfortable, not worrying. And the nice part for the young ones, since we dock in the heart of these city centers, they felt comfortable going back out on their own. even though we weren't from the country and they didn't speak, the language, but they felt comfortable going out, in Santa Margarita and just walking the sides and looking out into the sea, and it was just perfect. So they never had an issue.
That's great.
Fabulous.
So you don't look old enough to have daughters this age, but let's tell the people, the viewers, how old your daughters are so they understand that you didn't let children go out on their own into port.
My daughter has turned 20 and 21 this year, so perfect opportunity for them to be out. I mean, they aren't children anymore; they're adults now, unfortunately.
Right.
But they had a great time because they really did get to see everything. They were within walking distance as soon as they got off the ship, and off they went. It was fabulous.
Multi-generational travel is so popular right now, and it's really so wonderful because those are memories that your entire family has for the rest of their lives. I know my daughters and I and my husband, we still talk about taking my parents on a cruise, and it was just wonderful, and you have these great pictures. So tell us a little bit more about Italy and what itinerary you did personally and what itineraries there are.
There's quite a different, vast array of itineraries. So you can have where you're combining countries. You can also do intensive Italy, which is the one I did, where for that particular one, we left out of Nice. And we did Tuscany, we stopped in Florence, we overnighted there. So we did get a chance to do Pisa and go again the next day and have different opportunities to see different areas and do cooking classes in the middle of the Tuscan Hills.
Really?
We stopped in Santa Margarita, where we took the shot over to Portofino. And what a memory sitting having lunch inside, on the seaside in Portofino with their grandmother. So absolutely lovely. And we continued down. You could book excursions to Cinque Terre. We stopped in the island of Elba. We ended in Civitavecchia, so we were able to do Rome sightseeing before flying off either home or to the next destination. And we also have ones that will go fully around. So whether you wanted to see Amalfi, we have ones that stop in Sicily. We have ones that come up the other side and end in Venice. So we do have quite a lot of opportunity in Italy to pick from. So it's one of our very popular destinations.
And how many nights was your cruise?
Ours was an 8-night in the summer, so it was really nice because we got to see all of that, and we were able to add on a pre and post stay. So we flew,
10 nights? You did 10 nights?
We did 10 nights. So and we had
wonderful.
Everything taken care of when we came in for pre and post. So which is something that World Travel Inc. and Azamara are going to be able to do for everyone who books. So it was really fabulous. So if you're thinking Italy, getting into some of those little tiny ports from the land side is difficult, getting to Portofino, and these are some places that people don't get to see.
Yes.
So it's just a really awesome way to go.
And Cinque Terre and La Spezia, it's such a beautiful area.
They were gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous. And the food was fantastic.
The food.
Yes. Pasta and the pizza in Rome, we had a fabulous, I don't know that we were as skinny as when we left, but but it was a great trip.
But it kind of balances out with all the walking that you do.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It does. And speaking of food, I love to tell this story because it's just so representative of an immersive experience and having new experiences when you travel. So we were in La Spezia and a little seaside village, and we're eating lunch. There were a whole bunch of us. And I've never been a fan of anchovies, but let me just tell you, when you have anchovies in La Spezia, they came right from the sea. They looked like nothing we've seen here, and they tasted like nothing we've seen here. They tasted like lemon, ocean, and sunshine, and they were white, and we've never had them like that since. So these are all the things that make travel so special.
It's the small things, and those are the details we love to focus on. It's the small things.
Yeah, and those are things that you remember too.
They are.
So that's Italy, and I know that there's a lot more, but again, you're a travel advisor at World Travel Inc. can help you decide what's best for you, for your travel style, for your family, for your level of activity as well.
Absolutely.
Because there are all different levels of activity. You could be super active, or you could just be a couch potato and still really enjoy yourself.
I always say you can be as busy or as not busy as you want to on a lot of these things. And the nice part about it is when you're shopping, if you're going into a regular department store and you're shopping for something, you think of your style in mind. You think of what you love to buy. And it should be the same when you're speaking with your advisor about your cruise. You know, is value important to you? Is being in port for extended time important to you? Is where you're going and being culturally immersed important to you? Do you want onboard entertainment from, you know, local entertainers that, because we're in port so late, we can bring local entertainment on board and they can still get off and go home and we're still at port. So a lot of really good things to think about and to kind of just use that to advantage.
Absolutely. And so let's go on and talk about Alaska. Alaska is one of those bucket list destinations that everyone has to do at least once. Some people I know have done Alaska 5 and 6 times because they love it so much. And they recognize that going to Alaska, there's always a different experience because we're talking about nature here.
We are.
So it changes.
One of the nice things about going to Alaska on a smaller ship, because our ships are smaller, so if you're not familiar with Azamara, we are in that, you know, 700 passenger range. It really opens up opportunity to see more.
Well, we're going to come back right after this quick break and talk more about Alaska because there's a lot to talk about.
Back to Travel Pro TV with your host, Connie Wallace, and today's guest. Travel Pro TV is proudly sponsored by World Travel Inc. and their preferred suppliers. Now, here's Connie.
Welcome back to Travel Pro TV. We're with Kelly Ann Mills from Azamara Cruises, and we're talking about everything Azamara, but specifically about their incredible Black Friday sale. And we've been talking about different destinations, and we're just finishing up about Alaska because Alaska is so fascinating. So, the Alaska cruise season is from May through September, and your sale includes June for Alaska, so that's perfect. So let's talk about Alaska a little bit. How long is the itinerary? How many nights?
So we range, we do have one shorter itinerary for Alaska, but the majority are about 10, 11 nights. And the nice part about doing that is that with the smaller ship, you're going to get those iconic ports, but you're also going to get some of those smaller destination ports that you may not necessarily have seen before, even if you've gone on a trip to Alaska. So going with a ship our size is fabulous because you can even do your second trip to Alaska to come back and see a little bit more and get a little more deeper into the local destinations and the culture. Because when you're staying longer, it just is a great time to do that. And we even do one of our As Amazing evenings there, so you'll be able to go out into the local. Our As Amazing evenings are, it's kind of like an excursion, but it's really more of an event. And we take the entire ship.
Amazing. Amazing. I had to get that word right. As Amazing evenings.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's even more of an event. So we take the entire ship off. You get to go into a local venue with just being immersed in that culture. And it's included in all of the cruises. So we even do them there. So it's just a really good way to see Alaska.
So that's a great segue from Alaska and the As Amazing evenings to a kind of an overview for people who missed the first episode about Azamara. Let's tell the audience kind of a general feeling for the cruise line, what your overview is in terms of the number of ships and the countries that you service in terms of destinations.
So Azamara has 4 ships. They are all identical in size, so they are all 700 passengers and less.
Smaller.
And smaller ship size. And we do try to make sure we have a value for all of our guests. So we include your dining, we include your 24-hour room service, we include beer, wine, and spirits all day and night, we include self-service laundry. So we try to make sure that we're giving everyone a super great value while you're on the ships, because you really want to spend your time in the destination off the ships, and you never want to worry about, you know, what you're spending. We even include the port charges, taxes, and gratuities and tipping for the crew.
Wow, that's good to remember. That's important.
So it's huge. And we have the opportunity, guests can book shore excursions, they can do them ahead of time, or you can do them on board if you decided you wanted to wait and see what, you know, how you felt, you know, that week. But a really great value for, you know, what our guests are paying. And it's warm and cozy. The crew is fabulous. They just really make you feel like you're home and you want to come back and see them. So it's just a great cruise line.
And even though you want to spend most of your time off the ship enjoying these destinations, you can see that we're looking at it right now. The accommodations are beautiful and luxurious and so comfortable.
They're comfortable accommodations. There's food and dining for every like, whether you're interested in a buffet, dining outside, a la carte, dining in a main dining room, specialty restaurants. We even have Mosaics Cafe, which is where you can grab, you know, a quick cappuccino and a cup of coffee. So it's really just suit for everyone.
It's just total comfort and luxury, but
Absolutely.
in totally different surroundings. So I want to recap right now about your Black Friday sale, because today that this is airing is on November 30th. Your Black Friday sale ends on December 2nd.
Second.
So you still have 3 days, including today, to call World Travel Inc. and to book your Azamara cruise. And when you do that using the Black Friday sale, you will save up to $4,000 per person for your cruise. And you'll get an additional up to $500 shipboard credit and some other great amenities as well. So we're going to close right now in just a minute, but I wanted to remind all of our viewers that we have a wonderful giveaway going on with one of our sponsors, the fabulous Wines and More in Cranston, Rhode Island. We have the biggest, most beautiful gift basket of wine that you can imagine. And all you need to do is go to WPRI.com and click on contest to enter. So don't miss out. Make sure you enter that. Thank you, Kelly from Azamara Cruises. This has been Travel Pro TV, and I hope you join us every Sunday right here. Thank you.